Hello and welcome. My name is Mark Stafford and I'm hanging out here with my buddy Jazzy, the Internet Marketing Parrot. As an internet marketer, we all know that webinars are the hottest online trend right now. It's the easiest way to sell stuff and also to deliver content to your prospect. Traditional sales letters are considered good when they convert at a rate of 2%. Most of them only convert at about 0.5%. But 2% is considered a very good conversion for a standard long-form sales letter. However, if you've ever done a webinar before, you will note that your conversion rates are typically higher, as high as 25, 30, even 35% over a traditional sales letter because of the interaction with your prospects. However, there are a few problems with live webinars. You need to be online to present your webinar. You need to be able to speak to a live audience. God knows those possible technical issues that can arise right in the middle of your webinar. And having a live webinar account can be very expensive. The average person that's looking to purchase a product or a service these days are looking for content online before they make their purchase. What if you could host one webinar and use it over and over again to drive new sales? Or even better yet, what if you could create a content-rich training video and use it over and over again to drive new sales? I don't know about you, but I've been looking for automated software that looks and feels like a live webinar. That way I can record my presentation one time and then put my product sales on complete autopilot. Even better yet, how about automated software that allows you to schedule your webinars whenever you want? Multiple times per day, week, month, year, whenever you want. And of course, if you're non-techie like me, you want to be up and running in a few short minutes. Well, I stumbled upon some new automated webinar software. I'm going to give a quick run through because I think this is the greatest thing that I've ever seen. So the script I've been playing with goes like this. Step 1, record your video or record your live webinar. Then you can, of course, edit your video until it is absolutely perfect. Then configure the automation software, which is very easy to do by complete novices, just like me. We're taking a look here at the back end of the script. You can schedule your webinar to run every day, one day every week, or selected days every week. And of course, you can skip the holidays because nobody would ever do a webinar on Christmas or New Year's Day. You can also base the webinar start times on the registrant's own time zone, which to me is absolutely phenomenal. We can schedule this to run multiple times per day, every day of the week, desired days of the week, totally on autopilot. I love this. The script comes with some very nice looking design templates, and you can of course create your own template and upload it yourself and use that. All right, we've chosen a design. This looks like a standard, very nice and clean looking squeeze page / webinar registration page. Another very cool feature of this script is it has built-in SMS system, which will automatically text your registrants 15 minutes before the event begins, and this is all on total autopilot. When your prospect registers for your event, they'll be taken to the thank you page, which allows them to automatically add this to their Outlook or Outlook Express, add it to their Google Calendar, or add it to their Macintosh iCalc calendar. Also at the bottom of the thank you page is a built-in viral script that encourages your prospects to tell their friends about their webinar, and you can give them a free bonus for doing so. They can contact their friends by email, Facebook, or Twitter. And once they send out their blast to their friends, they're automatically sent to the bonus page where they can watch your free video or download your free PDF, whatever your free bonus is. This should really make your webinar go viral very, very quickly and very, very easily. Now remember, I said this is a total automated system. If your user decides to click on the webinar link before the webinar begins, there's a built-in countdown timer with a video that will play that will show them that they're in the webinar broadcast room. Bookmark the page and then they can see the timer at the top. And for this instance, the webinar is a little over 9 hours away. There's also a built-in email notification system. Your prospects, when they register for your webinar, will be added to your email list and also added to the built-in email notification system that will email them based on how you want the email sent out. And I might suggest you send an email out 2 days before, then 24 hours before, then maybe 6 hours before, and then like 15 minutes before. Just like a normal live webinars software that you pay a lot of money for, but this is all automated. You can set as many emails as you want. It's very, very easy to do, and all you have to do is write out your emails one time, and then everything is set on autopilot. There's built-in custom variables, so you just pop in these variables in your email: the webinar date, the time, the topic, your presenter name, the webinar link, and then the replay link. Of course, that would go on the replay email, and then whatever webinar they register for, that information will be dynamically inserted into the email. I mean, this is the coolest thing since sliced bread. And of course, I noted that the script sends out the emails automatically for you. This is totally on autopilot. All right, when you're getting ready for the webinar to begin, which of course is automated and already recorded, countdown timer will count down, and then your webinar will begin. Now, the webinar video player has absolutely no controls whatsoever. They can't pause it, they can't rewind it, and the registered users are shown on the right-hand side just like a live webinar. Another thing to note, if the person comes late or refreshes their browser, the video will not start at the beginning. It will look exactly like a live webinar. Now, they've incorporated what I consider to be kind of gray hat. Use this at your own discretion. You can just put in the real names of everybody that's attending the current webinar, or you can actually put in fake names. That's totally up to you. To me, that's a little on the gray hat side, but if you only had a couple registrants, maybe you'd throw in 5 or 10 fake names just to make it look like there's more people involved, to hopefully keep their attention and get them excited about the webinar. Each user that's on your recorded webinar, their username will be displayed at the top of the registered participants list, which will make them feel special. On the broadcast page, you have two options. You can either have an email box like the one shown on the screen, where the people that are watching the webinar can send you an email and you can either respond immediately or at your leisure. Or if you'd rather be involved with the recorded webinar, there is a chat box you can quickly toss in there, and you can chat live with all your participants. Next, the cool thing, seeing as this is a recorded webinar, you want to be able to have a delayed add to cart or buy button pop up at a certain point during your webinar to hopefully encourage the person to purchase your product or service. Now, what's very cool about this script is that it allows you to put in multiple delayed content buttons or delayed buy buttons. So for example, say you're talking about something in your webinar and you want the people to be able to download a PDF of something you're talking about. As an example here, we're looking at 8 minutes and 15 seconds. The PDF download link would pop up. You can then set it to be on the screen for as long as you want. We'll just say we'll stick it on there for 2 minutes. And then after the 2-minute mark, the PDF download link will automatically disappear. And then as you proceed through your webinar, and say at the 23-minute mark and 40-second mark, your buy button will automatically pop up, which this even is better than live webinars because you can incorporate a link into a live webinar. But with this, your buy button will automatically pop up at the time you specified, and then the people can just click on it and purchase your product or service, all on autopilot. Looking at the back end here, there's many built-in buttons you can have for your delayed buy buttons, or you can, of course, upload your own. Another very cool feature is polls. You can create any number of polls you want and have them pop up at a certain time, stay on for a certain duration, and then be removed after everybody's taken the poll. And you can do multiple polls as well. And you can see here, the poll's finished. Thank you for your vote, and it will then pop up the results of your poll. Now here's a very cool feature that I've been playing with. You can actually split test your presentation videos. So you can set up multiple webinars and send people to different ones to split test which video presentation converts the best. So this allows you to tweak your webinar into a non-stop machine. What happens if people miss your webinar? Well, you can set up post-webinar notifications. You can set up multiple email notifications to make sure that they come back and hopefully watch the replay of your webinar and or purchase your product or service. You can dynamically place those links right into the email. And here's an example of your webinar replay room. And no need for you to have to create another web page. The software automatically creates it for you, which for me, being a non-techie person, I just love anything that makes my life easier, faster, and simpler. When you set up your missed webinar emails, you can send them to everybody who missed the webinar. You can send them only to people who attended the webinar but missed your offer, which to me is awesome. You can send them to the people who saw your offer but didn't purchase. And you can send them to the registrants who did purchase. So this really breaks it down, and you can really hammer on them. And you could literally send them 2 or 3 emails to make sure they see the webinar and or purchase. All right, taking a look at publishing your webinar. Once you get your webinar uploaded, and there's 2 ways you can do that. We'll take a look at that in a second. You can preview them here through these buttons. You can host the files on your own server, or you can actually host it on their server. Just like being on your server, on their server, everything's on autopilot, and this thing will run over and over and over, playing the webinars, sending out the emails before the webinar and after the webinar, and sending out the SMS text alerts. And of course, you can host it on your own server. If you decide to do that, when you set it up in the software, it will give you a zip file to download, and you just upload the unzipped folder to your website, and you're ready to go with a registration page, a thank you page, a countdown timer page, the live page, and the replay page. Everything is on total autopilot. This has some of the most impressive analytic tracking software I have ever seen built into a script. You can split test different banners, different sidebars, different headers, as many as you want. So you can do just a ton of split testing to see which one works the best. And of course, as we looked at earlier, you can do multiple different webinars with multiple different variations of the page to see which one converts the best. You can pull up your tracking reports to see which ones with the different headers and sidebars converted the best. Now here's another super cool feature. This software can track affiliates from just about any affiliate program on the internet. In this example here, we're looking at ClickBank, and you can see you'd send the link to your affiliates, and all they do is pop in their ID, and then they can just send people directly to your webinar and get paid if they purchase. And of course, we can take a look at your different split tests, and you can take a look at your different affiliate reports to see which affiliates are doing the best conversions for you. I don't know about you, but I've been looking for this type of software my entire life as an internet marketer who does live webinars. Once we get our product launched, then we do our webinar, and all the hype fizzles down. It's very hard to get a lot of sales just on some cheesy webinar replay that everybody knows is a replay. This software makes everything look like it's live. So what are you waiting for? I urge you to take a look at this software for yourself. It's extremely affordable. You can go take a look at it right now at learninternetmarketing.net/webinars, or click the link below this video in the description. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I love to hear some comments of how well this software works for your automated webinars. This is Mark Stafford and Jazzy Bird saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.